sweet friend, and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Mariana, and I am so grateful that you are visiting my humble home today. In today's video, we're going to be starting in my son's bedroom. Then we're going to go downstairs to the kitchen. I will be sharing with you my Aldi's haul and how I put it away. I'm also going to be sharing with you the Oreo Truffles that I'm prepping for the 4th of July, which, by the way, it's also going to be Matthew's birthday, which is my youngest son. I hope you stay with me until the end and that you absorb all the cleaning and decluttering and organizing and, yes, even the shopping haul motivation. Thank you so much for being here, and let's get started. Both of my boys graduated this year, one from 8th grade and the other one from high school. And what I'm doing right now, because the oldest one went to a private school, I'm actually putting all the uniform in a plastic bag, and I'll be dropping it off sometime throughout this week. The school, it has a closet that children can go and buy uniform for a reduced price. Just because someone goes to a private school doesn't mean that children don't need uniforms at a more affordable price. And some of these uniforms that actually Isaiah only wore them once or twice. So this is great mindset to reuse and recycle. I wish I was able to declutter also his long pants and his shoes. He has a lot of shoes, but I cannot make those executive decisions without him being here because he is very attached to shoes. And then in terms of his long johns or pants, I also don't know what is it that he wants to keep and get rid of. Sometimes people give him stuff and he keeps them, and I'm like, why did you bring that into the house? But we all have a habit, and I guess that is his habit, that if someone gives him something, he takes it. Here on this part of his closet, what I'm doing is taking out all the dress shorts. He's not going to use them. In fact, I think some of them he never used them. They were given to us when he had a special occasion and he only used one. And I'll be putting in here the summer t-shirts. I'm also going to show you how I'm going to pack these t-shirts, because this one will probably going to have a yard sale soon with my neighbor. I'll try to sell them just so he can get a little bit of money, if any. Other than that, what I'll do with everything that I'm decluttering in my garage, I have boxes, and about 3 times a year, the Lupus Foundation sends a truck to the neighborhood, and we put the boxes on our porch or on our front door, and we let them know in ahead of time that those boxes are for them. We do get a small tax deduction. Honestly, even if they leave the paper, I totally forget to include the tax deduction at the end of my year in the taxes. That's not why I do it. I do it because I want my clothes to go somewhere where I know that it's going to be used and that it's actually gonna benefit, that there's a benefactor in that. And the Lupus Foundation, my neighbor next door, or the other neighbor, she actually had lupus and she benefited from the foundation. So I'm confident that when we're making these donations and they come and pick up these boxes, that it's not going to end up in a dumpster. I also declutter all his books from there. I only kept a few. That's all I kept. That teddy bear I kept there because he's Mom gave it to him, and that's all he has from her before she passed away. I took down the 2 pictures I had over there. I store it in the memory box, and this is all the winter clothes, and here are all the t-shirts. Sorry, the machine is running. And that's what we are donating. While I'm making the bed, I'm pretty sure you could see on the wall there's paint missing, and Isaiah swears that is the dog that is causing the peeling on the wall, but I'm actually think it's him at night, the way he tosses and turns, that he's actually scratching right there, which is where his feet usually are. But regardless of who is making this peeling on the wall, the reason that I'm currently not fixing it, it's because now that Isaiah finished with high school, he is contemplating on the idea of moving out. And if he does move out, then I'm going to turn this bedroom into something else. So I'm waiting to see what's going to be his decision. He decided not to go to college, unfortunately, which absolutely breaks my heart. And I'm still trying to process that, especially because he had so many offers from so many different colleges to go play football, and he had the financial aid to back him up, but college is not for everybody. And again, just pray for me because I'm still trying to process this decision that he made. And with that, it's why I'm also cleaning and decluttering the room, because if he decides to move out, I want to make sure that he packs everything that he needs and it's easy for him to transition to whatever plans he is thinking. If this is your first time here, let me take this opportunity to reintroduce myself. My name is Mariana. I live somewhere in New Jersey with my 3 older children. My daughter is 23. My middle son, whose bedroom I'm cleaning now, is 19. And my youngest son is 13, going on 14th on July 2nd. I also have 4 dogs. I said but technically they're my children's dog, but you know how that goes. They follow me around, and I am usually the one that takes care of them. And I am finally off on summer break. My last day was June 21st. I am a teacher, and I am so thankful that the break is here. It's already been a busy week. I'm not trying to take any day for granted because there's a lot of decluttering and cleaning that I need to do and repair this home. And before I know it, it's probably gonna be September again. So I'm really trying to stay productive. Actually, my biological clock wakes me up still at the same time, which is 6 a.m. So tell me, are you on summer break? Are your children on summer break? And what are your plans for this summer that you have going on? Here we are in the heart of my home, which is my kitchen, and we are going to be making Oreo truffle full of chocolate. Oh my goodness, this is always such a hit in every single event. I haven't made them in a while, but they're so easy. All you need is just Oreos, cream cheese, chocolate so you can melt, and I went a little extra and ordered some sprinkles from Amazon. You want to take your cookies and you want to mash them, whatever that is, either if you have a machine to do it or if you want to put them in a plastic bag and bang them until you basically have crumbs. Then once you have the crumbs, you want to add your cream cheese and you want to mix that one more time, and the consistency that you are looking, it has to be a little solid because you are going to be trying to create some balls. Okay, the consistency is too soft. I need this to be a little bit more thicker, and I'm guessing is the reason it's because I have the double stuffed Oreo. I'm going to do so we don't open another package of Oreos because I don't plan to use them. I'm going to take the filling out and just add the cookies, not the filling. Or we could do with the filling, but this is going to be delicious. I used to make this all the time for my daughter's birthday. It's the first time that I'm making it for Matthew's birthday, which is also when we're going to get together July 2nd to celebrate. His actual birthday is July 2nd, but also we celebrate the 4th of July on that day. Some of my friends are coming over with their kids, and my parents who live up the street, and my brother, because that's all I have. All right, let's see. Gonna add a little more balls with this, and then we put it in the freezer. We wait until it freezes, and then we'll put it through the melted. We coat it with melted chocolate. We're gonna try this one from Aldi's because I have it, and I'm just trying to use as much as I can. I can, because you know the struggle is real in this house. I have a lot of things in this house, and sometimes I'm not the best person keeping inventory of everything that I have. Let's see, I said a little more. These ones are usually a hit every time. When I'm creating the balls, I don't get too technical with the size. I use a spoon. I do have an ice cream scooper, but to me, it doesn't really matter if they're all perfectly equal. I try to just have a manageable size, so when I'm coating them with the melted chocolate, it just don't take me forever, but that's how I do it. Also, I want to point out that on my hands, I am constantly washing them because the cookies with the cream cheese, they're very oily. After you finish creating all your balls, you want to put them in the freezer for at least 2 hours before you coat them with chocolate, because otherwise they will disintegrate. If you don't have them frozen, when they come into contact with the hot chocolate, your truffle will totally disintegrate. The other tip I want to share with you when it comes to the chocolate, all chocolates come with instruction. However, every single household microwave is different. So I usually put them for 20 seconds, stir a little bit, back in the microwave, 20 more seconds until I have the liquidy consistency that I need. Now, you have to work very fast because the chocolate will also dry again very fast. So you'll see me that I'm actually doing this really quick, and then I go and sometimes I have to stop and put the bowl back in the microwave so the chocolate can melt again. And it's really hard to be filming with one hand and trying to do this with the other one. Once I finish making all the truffles, I put them inside of a tin foil and wrap them with aluminum foil, and they're in the freezer now until July 2nd. This is something that you could totally prep ahead and have it ready. And they're not just adorable for the 4th of July, but for any event that you may have coming up. Next, I'll be sharing with you my Aldi's haul from this morning. I usually shop every Saturday in Aldi's, and once a month I get a Thrive Market order delivered to my doorstep, and every 3 months I usually make a big purchase at Sam's Club. How do you shop, and where do you shop? Here we have zucchini. The peppers were on sale, $1.95 a pack. I'm growing a ton of zucchinis and peppers, but they're not ready yet, as well as tomatoes, bananas, watermelon, paper towel, toilet paper, trash bags, twin lock, 50 bag storage quart. We got a jasmine rice, basmati rice, more tomatoes, carrots, cilantro, and I found these little tiny mozzarella balls, and I'm gonna do a salad with a little bit of oregano, salt, balsamic, and olive oil with these tomatoes here. And then I also have this mozzarella here for those tomatoes here, but with these tomatoes I'm also gonna make pico de gallo. I got rising yeast because I'm gonna try to make a shahal bread. Not sure how you pronounce that. Cream cheese, I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do with this. Hopefully today, I'll show you. Bone broth, this is just to drink like a tea. It's the first time that I see it in Aldi, and I am super excited. It cost me $4, and I'm gonna try and see if I like it. Tortillas, I'm gonna prep breakfast with this. Butter, because I'm gonna make cookies for the 4th of July. Buscatini. This is something that I'm trying new. They had lemonade. This one I also never seen before, and I'm sure Matthew and Isaiah are gonna love this. I love sardines. I can have sardines with crackers every single day, so in my salads, mozzarella for the pizzas, a lot of taco cheese. And did you know you could freeze this cheese and use it whenever you need to? You don't have to keep it in the refrigerator. You can just freeze it and pull it out a couple of hours before you need to use it. I stock up on eggs. We go through a ton of eggs in this house, so yes, I got 4 dozens. Elbow macaronis because we're running low and I had to make mac and cheese. Waffles for the ice cream, waffle cones. They had this cereal, so the 4th of July is coming. I figure Matthew can enjoy it. Sour Patch, some goodies for the 4th of July parties. Vegetable oil, I'm not a fan. I don't like baking with this, but I like to have it as a backup just in case if I run out of butter or ghee or anything else. Now, this is the sugar I use with my coffee. I had nothing, so I bought 2 packs, and same with the regular sugar, brown sugar for the cookies. I think I already showed you the basmati rice and the jasmine rice and the watermelon. And bananas, a ton of bananas. So now I just have to put it away. So all this cost $140, $138 and change. Friend, I hope that you are enjoying so far today's video and that you stay until the end. I will be sharing with you what methods I use throughout the week to make sure that I'm always have some sort of meat ready to be cooked. I'm also going to be showing you how I wash some of the vegetables and how I store some other vegetables. Thank you so much for being here. If you haven't done so, I appreciate if you take the time to hit the notification bell, give me a like, and also subscribe. When you do that, it's free, and it does tell YouTube people like you are searching and enjoying videos like the one I'm making.
Looking good tonight. I wanna kiss you before the sun goes down. It's what you're doing, making me feel like I'm falling. And when you're moving, I can hear.
One of the things that I like to do is in this bucket over here, like once a week, this is all frozen food from the freezer downstairs, and once a week I go and I grab about 3 or 4 packages of what I'm going to need to cook the next 3 days ahead. So for example, this chicken's still frozen, which means I cannot cook this today, but this meat is ready to be cooked. So I'll be probably making this for dinner today. And I also have some ground beef that's still defreezing. And then I got this from the dollar store. And that's how I try to stay ahead about 3 days when it comes to defreezing the meat. Because sometimes if I don't have meat that's ready to be cooked, every time you order food from a restaurant is double or triple the price. And it should, because they have to pay the cook and the delivery and all that, and I get it. But if we're trying to stay on budget and be frugal, this is a great strategy to do. So if you try it, let me know how it works for you. So here is, that's why this kitchen looks a little crowded now. This refrigerator looks a little crowded now. The way I usually wash all my fruits is I take water and just distill vinegar and leave the vegetables or fruit sit there for about 2 minutes. Then I rinse it and I wait until they're almost dry before I start packing them and putting them back in the refrigerator. Now, when it comes to cilantro, you'll see that I'm going to be using a glass of water. I filled it up with water. I take it out, the cilantro out of the package, and I use the same bag that the cilantro came, except that I flip it upside down and then it goes inside of the refrigerator. Next, I'll show you that for the peppers, after I wash them, which I did not include that process here, but again, basically I put them in water with distilled vinegar for about 2 minutes. I wait until they dry on top of the counter, and once the peppers are dry, I wrap them with plastic paper. Now, this time I had to use new plastic paper, but usually I try to reuse the same plastic wrap many times before I actually dispose them. This little handy label maker I keep somewhere around the kitchen, very handy for when I'm trying sort of to be organized and label my jars. Here, this is the jar that I have empty to put this new pasta that I'll be cooking and trying. I always like to pick up something different from the supermarket that I can try and figure out a new recipe so I don't get bored of eating and my children don't get bored. Tell me, do you like to try something new every time, or are you very traditional? You stick to what you know, to what it's easy, what's affordable, what it's simple, or do you experiment in the kitchen?
I'm going crazy for you. I feel like the ocean. I can see you want this too. Cause you've been looking at me all night, trying to figure me out. I just wanna let you know. And I ain't playing no games, baby, you won't change. I only want you. I wanna kiss you before the sun goes down. It's what you're doing, it's making me feel like I'm falling. And when you're moving, I can hear my calling.
This pantry, it's in desperate need of actually a good reorganization. But right now, what I'm trying to do as I'm putting these things away is consolidating any item that I haven't taken out of its package, or it needs to be perhaps even thrown away. On this day, while I was putting some stuff away, I actually threw 4 little bottles of popcorn salt because I purchased that in December after Christmas on sale, and we did not like them. So why am I holding them for? I threw them out. I am curious to know what type of diet do you follow at home? And when I mean diet is what is it that you eat? What are your go-to recipes or meals that you actually prep ahead or have ready or you like to cook throughout the week? I'm very curious because as I'm going through my menopause, one of the things that I wish not just listen by but done is pay more attention to my elders when they kept telling me that drinking bone broth for breakfast is good for me, or certain things that are good for me that I neglected, and now that I'm having a lot of health issues, I'm like, man, I should have really not just hear but listen and do as the elders were instructing me. And if there's any young mom here, or even any person that is watching right now, one recommendation that I have is that we listen to our elders. They have lived long enough for them to tell us what they have learned. And I mean, if it's not working for you, you don't have to do as they tell you. But most likely, there's a lot of wisdom when it comes to the elder, and we should listen to them more often. Let me know if you agree with me or not. And even if you are a brand new mom, if you have a newborn, or if you have little children, what diet do you follow and why? One of the diets that I am very intentional about this day is the pro metabolic diet. And basically, what that is eating nutrient dense food the way our ancestors used to eat, and being aware of what is local and what I can grow. And this is why, like, I am so passionate about my garden. Although this year I had to move it to the back, I usually have it in the front, and I allow the neighbors or the passing pedestrian to grab things from my garden. I enjoy doing that because I also have a little library out there, so people usually can come pick up a book, pick up some vegetables, and they have something to read and something to eat at the same time. But this year, I put it only in the backyard because hopefully one of the projects that I have is to create some sort of raised bed in the front, as well as some sort of irrigation system, because we don't have a water hose that goes all the way to the front of the house, and it gets tough sometimes to take care of the front urban garden. So friend, I am hoping that we are learning from each other, because a lot of the things that I learned, actually, I learned from other YouTubers. And I hope to see you again visiting my home. I hope you leave me a comment down below. And since you're still here, write down in the comment down below, what is your favorite ice cream flavor? Thank you so much, my friend, for being here and reaching over, giving you a hug. Don't forget, you are an MVP. You are the most valuable person right where you are, and you have what it takes to do great things. Until my next video, love you to the moon and back. See you then. Bye, friend.